Welcome to another edition of the Coffee Cast, where this week we have ditched everything to do with coffee and done everything to do with comics. Joining me from Maui Comics and Collectibles is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Alika Seki. How's it going?
The ego.
So it's Comic Con time again.
It is.
Yeah, and I thought, because one of the Comic Cons that you had the artist that did, Usagi, the white...
Usagi Ojimbo Stan Sakai.
Yes, so today, the White Rabbit.
And speaking of Stan Sakai, he's got an animated series in the works now.
He
We're
does?
looking forward to that.
Oh my God, man. I tell you, the Comic Con is always one of my favorite things because every time you go there, you're catching these guys, artists.
Before something happens,
Before something big happens,
Well, speaking of that, Carl Potts, who's going to be there, he created Alien Legion, and it's this sci-fi, outer space, political drama or whatever, and they've been working on the rights, and scripts have been going back and forth in Hollywood for a very long time, and that's been happening since maybe the late 90s, and I think that right now is such a ripe time where people are looking for original properties and things like that, that I think it's actually going to, because last time Carl was here, he was just telling me about the back and forth they were doing with scripts that went in and out of the works and things that, because there are people with money on it, so it's actually started.
Wow.
But there's still, I think they just locked in a script, but so it's interesting. If we're going to try to focus on questions with Carl Potts regarding Alien Legion just to get some more information about it, because I feel like it's something we're probably going to see sooner or later, with the age of IP, people are just desperate. It's like an IP desert. People are like, let's reboot everything.
Oh,
so
God,
it's
I know. Yeah, the thing is, though, is if you wanted to actually reboot something from our past, what would it be? Because I'm thinking it would not be Silverhawks.
The thing is, those kind of things I would like to just live through again, because if you rebooted something like that, like Silverhawks or Thundercats or something, then that's going to also be a revival of the original series and things like that. We'll probably get a remastered box set and replica toys and things like that. So I'm not, that would be kind of cool because there's a new He-Man Netflix series coming out, and I'm not against that. Kevin Smith is writing it.
Oh, I thought you said Kevin Smith is starring in it.
Kevin, he's He-Man. He's got the build for it.
Silent Bob, Silent He-Man, It's just him doing this a lot.
So I don't mind our properties coming back, to haunt us. Some of them are terrible, like the Transformers, but we can forgive them. They tried.
They tried, but the thing is
Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles. Some people still like that, so, it's a net gain that people still are interested.
Okay, maybe. I'll give you a little of that. No, the thing is, though, is as long as we're talking about reboots, it was at Maui Comic and Collectibles that I first saw the reboot of Sabrina the Teenage Witch that also is an amazing Netflix series.
Yeah, that was an underdog, a come from behind surprise good show.
And that was right ahead of the first Comic Con.
Although Francine Walraven, avowed Satanist, has some accuracy and representation issues about Satanism in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It's interesting to hear a rant about it.
It's so bad when you've got an actual Satanist thumbing through your books
it's
going,
interesting.
this is inaccurate, this is inaccurate. Oh, man.
Everybody's got a point of view.
Well, speaking of the Dark Lord, today's Dark Master is a vegan Mexican chocolate cake.
I would go vegan for vegan chocolate.
Yes, and I figured because this is your first coffee cast, we'll just let you dig in while we talk a little bit about Comic-Con. Now, Comic-Con is a nonprofit and it's free to attend, right?
Yes, free to the public at UH Maui College every year, the last weekend in October. We do that so people can reuse their cosplays, their costumes for Halloween and stuff.
See, that's smart.
Yeah.
A lot of people, though, when it comes to the cosplay and Comic-Con, I was shocked at how serious Maui's game is.
Well, put it this way. This is a lot of the other conventions, Hawaii Con, Amazing Con, they give out as prizes in our cosplay competition passes to their conventions and an automatic bump up in bracket so it's almost like a tournament style. Wow. I've been talking among the other con promoters just loosely about people really do treat it like how seasons with sports and things like that. Each con comes up and they're building to get to there, and there really needs to be like some kind of championship for these people, because they put a lot of effort and energy and money. They like the materials
a lot of money.
and the time and effort. It's it's a really consuming habit.
Mm-hmm.
Very rewarding though. I gotta say that the saying cosplayers do it better is so true. Like, the Fox X-Men movies, I'm a very vocal critic because the costumes were just not that great.
They were just...
And you see cosplayers do Apocalypse, like Oscar Isaac was Apocalypse in the second to last movie.
Right.
He looked terrible in the movie, and then you see a cosplayer do it at a con, and you're like, that is beautiful. And that guy probably did it for like, under $2,000. Meanwhile, they're paying like 6 figures for the costume in the movie.
Because you have Night Darling as your cosplay.
Lindsay Kyocho, she's not only is it her cosplay competition, she's a board member with the Maui Comic Con, and so.
Yeah, and the thing about her is, it's like, let's talk about the dreaded Fox films. Her costume at the Maui Comic Con was accurate, way more accurate than the movie ever was.
Yeah, even the most accurate costume in that movie, which was Olivia Munn Psylocke, still had
way too many discrepancies. But then you see somebody at the Maui Comic Con and you're like, you nailed it.
Cosplayers do it better. That's it.
The attention to detail is amazing too. But I know the thing is like me and you could probably geek out for like a half hour, and this is not Nerd Watch.
Yeah, you can catch more geeking out there, although they put a filter on me there as well. I just need somewhere to just let it all out, man.
To be the adult that you really are.
Yeah, the mature adult who needs to rant about comics all day.
Well, how exhausting is Comic-Con, though? Because I remember the first year, it kind of looked like you were training for a marathon. And then after
we had no idea what to expect. We didn't know if Maui would come out. We would be just standing there with our comics in our hands and nobody'd be there. Or we had no idea, and the support was amazing.
It's just like teenage years for us, though.
Yeah.
Please love me.
The thing is, there's enough of us out there that they naturally, when they hear about it, they'll be there. There's just people, no matter who they are, where they are, they hear about something comics related, they're going to come out of the woodwork and be there, And that's our crowd.
The thing is like you have a really good crowd, you have really good board, and you have a lot of good volunteers.
Great volunteers. A lot, Yvonne with the Maui College, she's another board member. And she kind of is our liaison to the student world at UH Maui College. Mm-hmm. And she, her car club, like it's all these college groups and clubs that are adjacent to the college that kind of use the lounge and things. And they really support and come out with their volunteers in force.
And then, of course, all the students come out just to go to the con.
Of course, yeah.
And this year is so cool because not only is the 26th the launch, the first day of Maui Comic Con, but you guys are doing something that is really kind of revolutionary. One of your artists is also launching his funding for his issue 1.
Carl Shinyama, yeah.
Yeah, and he's going to be at Comic Con.
Yeah, I thought that was a great idea. He got these awesome posters made up, so you can also pitch in that way. Mm-hmm. The challenge of independently publishing a comic is the upfront cost, so I think Kickstarter has helped a lot of people get off the ground. That's how Mana Comics does every issue of the Amakua Guardians of Hawaii. But and he's got the right crowd for it. Everybody who's been, Carl's been talking about starting this comic for a while, so we're all there ready for it to happen. Mm-hmm. And so the second he launches that Kickstarter, we're there at that table to do what we can to get it funded.
Oh yeah, and I already made the joke. I was like, all those times I'm harassing you online about being a writer for your book, that wasn't a joke.
Hey, that's the funny thing is like a lot of people just meet each other within the comic community, mm-hmm. and they start helping each other. Like Format with the Nerd Watch, he became friends with DJ Kavikani, who does Exilian, the comic. He's from Big Island, mm-hmm. And he discovered that Format was doing a lot of this D&D fiction writing, and he was like, Exilian is a high fantasy comic, mm-hmm. and so Format ended up writing a couple arcs for DJ, and it was just through meeting them and mutual appreciation of the medium.
Yeah, well, and then too, you have a guy that used to just like be the bum that hangs around the front of your store.
Are you calling Swan a bum?
I would never call Swan a bum, but that bum Swan is now on Artist Alley.
He's just drawn like a moth to the flame with comics. The store opened, he was there. Mm-hmm. I didn't know this at the time when we were first open at the Akaku location. He would walk from his house, which is like 2 or 3 miles away. He would show up just drenched in sweat every day. like like on Fight Club, Jared Leto's character who's waiting on the porch.
Yeah.
He's just there, dedicated, ready to go. He's like a soldier for comics. And so it's just a natural progression in his evolution. And so we're very, very proud of him. He made his debut at Maui Comic Con, not Kauai Con, which is on Oahu, but the actual island of Kauai, organized by Aaron Yamasato. And yeah, we're just very happy for him, very proud of him.
I know.
And now that you mention it, it's like half of the employees at Maui Comics and Collectibles are in Artist Alley. Carl works at Maui Comics as well. Chase Tokutaro, great young artist. People might remember him from last year. He's going to be there again.
Man. And you know, here's the sad thing. All of this stuff going on, and it's only for one weekend.
Well, it doesn't have to stop there. I mean, everybody... just there's so much energy in comics. A day doesn't go by where I don't connect with these people in some way or see them connect, and it's just constantly going. I think the con is just a way to celebrate that.
It's like how do I say this? The ultimate geek convention.
Yeah, everybody just descends upon it. They're like, look at my cosplay, look at my comic, or you know what I mean, or let me check out your stuff, and the collectors too. I mean, 10 of the 14 vendors there are strictly comic vendors. So if you love comics and you're looking for something rare and difficult to find, it's going to be there too.
It's going to be there.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, because I know that you're going to have a very busy weekend, so we will have to wrap this up and let you get back to that. I mean, even though you are a god.
What?
Ego?
He's not a god. He's a
celestial.
He's a celestial.
Get it right. See, that's the thing. That could have started a 40-minute argument right there. But no matter what level of geek you're on, the Maui Comic Con is coming up this weekend. You need to go by and check it out.
Absolutely free to the public, like always. Just nothing.
Here's the
just
thing.
Bring yourself.
Yeah, and if you're a cosplayer, be prepared to be stopped a lot. I see all the time the cosplayers having to explain how they built stuff, and
a lot of them are so passionate, they just love to talk about it.
Oh my god.
But before we go though, let's not forget about Wailuku Coffee Company.
And the Maid Cafe.
Is gonna be supporting the Maid Cafe, thanks to Mad Agent, the cosplayer. And they're gonna be set up over there by our gaming village. Of course,
Alec has always shown up as a maid.
Yeah, I mean...
we never even asked him to, and he just started doing that.
It'd be funny if he's not in the Maid Cafe.
Are we kidding? He's got like 40 outfits.
Well, it informally has been a Maid Cafe since Alec was serving at the second Comic-Con, so...
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
So go by and check it out, especially say hi to Mad Agent and all the other maids. Are you going to do any maiding up?
My costume's at the wash.
Don't you just hate it when that happens?
I'm helping you guys out.
Yeah. Well, help yourself to the Maui Comic Con this weekend, and don't forget too. It's like there is a nice little Wailuku Coffee Company Maid Cafe in there all weekend long. So I don't know if they're going to have the White Rabbit, but I know they'll definitely have your favorite.
Black coffee, man.
Black,
that's all I
hot,
need.
Stout, just like he likes his men. Hey, until next time, check out Alika also on Nerd Watch. You can look for that on most podcasting services.
All podcasting aggregates, just type in Nerd Watch, will pop up somewhere.
Yeah.
Audio Boom.
And if you hear Todd Bernardi, God help you.
Yeah, try to steer clear of the Bernardi specific episodes. He'll be in Artist Alley, but you can't avoid him there.
You just can't avoid Todd in life. Till next time, though, thanks for joining us down here at the Wailuku Coffee Company and the Coffee Cast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.